What is it?
It's Dick.
Oh.
Back in the 60s
That's my
and 70s, that's what they used to call. Somebody had the name Dick, their real name was
Is it
Richard.
already on play?
He's a kid.
Go.
I don't know.
Alright, who's
I'm just excited.
Introduce us. Compose ourselves.
Are you recording?
I'm recording.
Are you really recording?
Yes.
Okay, good evening. How are you doing tonight? Awesome, awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We are strategic planning here taking the course at University of Phoenix, and we are obtaining our Master's in Business Administration. My name is Yasmin, and I will be one of our presenters today. I also have my team here with me. I have Keith, Albert, I have Veronica, Tamisha, Gabe, and Richard all here with me tonight that will be helping me get across this presentation. We do come from various backgrounds, anywhere from retail to engineering, professional services, and startup companies, combining our extensive knowledge in these different industries and fields to help create the company that we are bringing to the market. In terms of that, our company is called the Rich Foundation. So tell me, who here wants to get rich? Me. And who here knows that they come from a foundation where they wouldn't be where they are today without their family, friends, or whoever your family is?
I would.
All right, sounds good. So to get started, again, we are the Rich Foundation, and we're going to be going over our executive summary today, who the Rich Foundation is exactly, our accomplishments and management personnel, as well as environmental scan, our strategies and recommendations, our implementation strategies and contingency plan with our company, and then we're going to wrap it up with some final notes and questions today.
Our executive summary. The Rich Foundation's vision is to use music and streetwear to promote a way of life to people that will encourage them to become more prosperous and courageous. The Rich Foundation is trying to break the trend of buying a product because it is cool and buy a product that will give you a sense of pride. We will have just begun to scratch the surface and believe we have a product that will bring back the sense of pride people have not had in a long time. Our product will bring a sense of pride that will have anyone wearing clothing from the Rich Foundation hold their heads high and feel like they will be able to accomplish anything. It will not just be another product, but a product you can feel proud about. Our products will be about you, not us. Now I'll turn over to Veronica and let her kind of go over a background and mission statement for you.
Okay, so the background about Rich Foundation. First, what is it? Rich Foundation is a design company that designs right now for t-shirts only. My nephew Matthew Puentes created it, and it was born in 2012. He is only 20 years old, so he started imagining it at 18 and started bringing it to life. He currently brings it to life with one batch at a time, and as we kind of stated in our previous presentations, we want to work on developing so that we can get designs out at a time, have people order from it, and be able to get it out to the mass of the population a lot easier. What sets the designs apart? First of all, this is a picture of actually Matthew wearing one of his that's his second shirt. He is young, he's in the scene, he loves the scene that he's trying to get to, so he really understands it. And really, it's staying on top of the trends of what's going on today. And it also has you, like Albert mentioned, it's really being a part of something is what really sets the design apart. Where the brand is going, we envision it going into retailers, not only nationally but globally, online, and like I said, being able to get it out to the mass. So the vision statement is the vision for Rich Foundation is to promote prosperity, courage, and a fast-driven lifestyle through music and streetwear, where consumers can embrace the California lifestyle of hip-hop, graffiti art, and skateboarding cultures in one brand design of a t-shirt, hoodies, and accessories. The mission statement for the Rich Foundation is to have the brand followers feel as they are a part of something and not just purchasing a product. When purchasing Rich Foundation product, the consumer should feel a sense of belonging, as if they were in a tight-knit circle or a family of friends. The brand serves as an inspiration for success, not only for themselves, but to see where the brand will grow. The Rich Foundation will continuously create unique designs on t-shirts, hoodies, and accessories for the young adult market, making the product accessible through globally recognized trend-setting retailers and the World Wide Web. The value statement, the core values of Rich Foundation are what make us who we are, and as we grow the brand, elements of our business will change. However, the beliefs will stay the same. The values are integrity, make sure that we're doing our business with integrity, not only within the business, but with vendors, customers, and just really making all operational decisions with integrity. Resilience, it's not gonna be easy, but that we're not gonna give up and we're gonna continue to strive to get where we wanna get. Creativity, with it being a design company, we need to stay creative, know what the trends are, and always think outside the box when it comes to getting things done. Compassion, not only for our team members as we start to grow, but also for the customers and the consumers and everyone that we do business with. And then of course, always working as a team, not only to get this started, but throughout the whole life of the brand.
Well, in order to start the business, we've heard the vision and mission statement, and we've created we call our own executive dream team board member here. And with our executive board member staff's background, we include 42 years of college education. Our undergraduates graduate degrees are in psychology, criminal justice administration, accounting, social science, liberal arts and political studies, political science, engineer, business management, and at this time we will all be holding MBA in the next week or so. With that education experience alone, we are very qualified to start this business off. With our work experience we have accumulated, we have a business owner, 35 years of management, 40 years of military services, retail, accounting, project manager, engineer, human resource, and environmental, and administration, and future UOP teachers. So with our work experience here, we feel that we're very qualified and we have a good team with the history and background or the work experience. We are well on our way to get this business started at this time.
And with that being said, as far as the work experience, we did a lot of research and studying as far as putting up this business. The environmental scan, this is some of the factors that can impact our organizations. Economic, mainly it's, we have to determine exactly who are we getting the supply. Do we have enough supply based on the demand that we're going to be printing or putting on productions? We have to look at new competitors. Are they producing more popular shirts, or what kind of shirts or printing the populations of our customers demanding to. Demographic-wise, we have to look at business locations. Is it selling on one side of the town, or is it more popular if we get it out on the other side? And then we have to target basically the population of where we're going to locate most of this distribution center or retail shops. And then finally the government, we have to make sure that we abide by regulations, especially with the type of materials that we're going to be using. Right now, most of our printing thing, we're looking at a couple of paints that for the screen printing. There's a couple of them that within the regulation of the government. One is the plastisol, and then the other one is the water-based. Water-based is mainly more of a environmental friendly, so we're looking at more of using that instead of different type that we want to make sure that we always follow the regulations, and then it doesn't impact mostly the materials that we use on the environment. Next one. I'll turn it off to
Okay, so our strategy of choice after doing research, we started off with the cost leadership strategy, and that's basically operating at a low cost and having a high turnaround of material. But after doing research and going through this process, we decided that our strategy of choice would be the differentiation strategy. And that's basically depending on the differentiations are designed to appeal to the customers a special sensitivity for a particular product attribute, and because we are getting into the t-shirt industry, there's many, t-shirt brands, but because we are the Rich Foundation and we have that unique design, that's why we decided to go with the differentiation strategy. And next, we're gonna learn how we're gonna implement it.
Alright, so our implementation plan is really essentially the backbone for us starting this company, because having a plan is great, implementing it is the other part. With that, we have 5 items that we're looking at. We have the objectives and functional tactics, action items, resource allocation, and then we also have our milestones on the other part. As far as objectives go, we have to have things that we're looking at. So we need to be competitive, we need to be profitable, we need to be productive. As far as the functional tactics, marketing is going to be key. We can't sell it if people don't know about it. Finance is another key part for us. We have to have the money to make the shirts. R&D, we got to keep it fresh. People are always looking for that new big thing. Action items are going to be ways that we're going to accomplish our milestones. So what are we going to do to accomplish the milestones, which we'll go over on the next slide. Resource allocation. So this is, depending on market and sales, we're going to determine additional personnel requirements. So right now it's just Matthew doing the shirts. But if we're putting out $50,000 a year, that's a lot to ask of one kid. So we may need to bump up our workforce. Utilizing a certain percentage of the profits and additional materials to continuously expand our sales and production and distribution. So we're looking at continually growing. And that's a big part of our entrance strategy into the market, our market penetration strategy. And the key to this implementation plan is taking these 5 items and making them actions, making them work for us. Next. So the next thing we're looking at here is our milestones. So this is how we're going to judge, are we on track? Do we need to look at the way we're implementing our plan and our strategies and go back? So for the first one, identifying our target market, establishing websites for online ordering. These are all key things for us to make sure that we're hitting our key and target demographics. And then in the 4th quarter, we're going to look at expanding product distribution nationwide. And then along with our target markets, we're going to establish a competitive pricing against our competitors. So part of that's going to be comp shopping. Going into the stores and the malls and saying, all right, well, what are we selling our t-shirts for? $20? All right, well, we can do it at 15. We make it competitive. That makes us an easier choice. Analyzing the quantity of the product that we need. If we order 200 shirts and they sit on the shelf, we're losing money. So knowing that out the gate is going to be key for us. Determining our marketable location. I can't sell these shirts in rural Iowa, but I can sell them in California. So maybe we want to focus on our marketable location. The corner downtown may not be a good place to start selling them, but maybe we can get them into Target, which would be awesome. And then just getting into the resale stores and distribution stores, and then establishing a main distribution location of the product. These are all the key things that we need to look at so that we can kind of tell, are we on track, are we not? Next. So along with every great venture comes risk, no reward. So part of that risk is our inventory management. Part of this is we want to make sure we have enough on hand to supply to our consumers, but not so much that we're losing money. So we need to ensure that we're not running out, so we have to implement a tracking system so to know that I've sold 20, I got 30 in the back, it's time to order more. Trend analysis, the fashion world is ever changing. So making sure that we're staying on top of that, keeping people out there in the business, in the area, knowing what's fashionable, what's going out, what's coming in. And then competitive pricing, part of that, the comp shopping, going into the stores in the mall, the stores, downtown, and just seeing, hey, what are they selling for? Can we beat that? Can we do better? That's a very key and important part. And then to wrap it up, will be Veronica here.
Okay, so we've gone over our plans, we've let you know a little bit about the company, but really quick before we wrap up, I want you to think about, can we go back a little bit to the main page probably?
Which one?
The cover page.
The cover page?
Yeah, where we see the green back. All the, sorry,
Come on.
right there.
There we go.
So the green what the logo is about. And when you see a bag like that, what is the first thing that comes to mind and what's filled in this bag, Devin?
Money.
Gold.
Money, gold, right? Okay, so for Rich Foundation, this bag isn't filled with money. It's filled with a lifestyle, with your life experiences, both good and bad. Really, for Rich Foundation, it's really about being able to embrace everything that goes on. The true definition of rich is having more than enough with extra to give back. So when we talk about more than enough and extra to give back, we're talking about sharing the knowledge, we're talking about your spirit, and of course we're talking about wealth as well. So to wrap up, Rich Foundation is not just about a product, but it's about a lifestyle and building a foundation for success. Thank you. Questions?
Yes.
Okay.
So what are you going to use to set the tone and the direction for your organization?
What are we going to use as?
What tools can you put out there to set the tone and the direction for your organization?
I think
Marketing research.
Okay.
Knowing our target demographic, knowing where we're gonna be successful is gonna be key to helping setting the tone.
Okay. Is there a document out there that you can create that sets the tone for the organization?
White paper.
Okay. Code of ethics, mission statement,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys described a mission statement, you described kind of your code of ethics and the direction that you want to go, but in any organization, you need to put it in writing.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, it's always there, and you, as the CEO of an organization, you have a reminder for everyone in your organization to see, and this is the direction that we're going to go. Okay, going back to one of the first few slides, somebody mentioned in there that you guys are interested in teaching for UOP. Has anybody on your team researched what the requirements are if you graduated from this college of how long before you can teach?
2 years.
2 years.
Very good. Okay. The other question that I have is vendors. Okay. Tell me about the type of vendors that you would use, and why would you be picking those specific vendors?
One vendor we would use is that me being the business owner and where our location is, that we have basketball where we at. All kids, all ages from 3rd grade to high school, and that would be a location of a vendor location where you can sell those t-shirts at a basketball game to start off at. So we can use those particular avenues for the gym, if you want to call it, at that particular venue, start the high school games, that type of thing. Those type of things we would take it to in the beginning so they can get the name and the brand out there, because once kids see, well, where's that shirt from? That's what I want, you know. That's where we'll start with in the area there, and probably start out then, you know, after a venue, after an event downtown.
Okay.
And then I think, too, we're gonna make sure that our vendors also have the same code of conduct that we do, stick with the same morals. And we can't just stick to one because we're gonna constantly be, try to stay competitive. So if we find one that is gonna give us a better deal maybe, and on shirts and things, just trying to be cost effective, not necessarily just pledge to one, but maybe a few
Okay.
different ones.
Anybody else want to add anything on the vendors? What else can vendors do for you?
They can promote our shirts in different organizations. I think the basketball team was a good one. I mean, depending on if, we decide that we like certain sports, we can go to their sporting events. I know that we're thinking about some retailers in terms of the graffiti art and the skate graphics. We can go to art shows. They can really put our name out there. They can put us in flyers, in their websites, put us in their coupons, anything like that to get our company out there.
Is anyone familiar with the company called Clean Source here in Bakersfield? Okay. Clean Source is an organization that provides janitorial type cleaning fluids, paper towels for the bathroom. They have it all paper products, cleaning supplies or whatever. But you know what else why I would use them as a vendor? Because they believe in the Going Green initiatives. They get me past all my government regulations because they're already certified. They've already met all the government regulations in regards to the storage of the containers, the MSDS forms and so forth. So when I was asking you about the vendors, that's something that you always want to consider, because believe it or not, that vendor wants to do the best that they possibly can for your organization, and they're going to save you a lot of time and money by doing some of the simple things that were on some of your slides that you don't even have to worry about anymore by just picking the right vendor. Sometimes you may not want to pick the lowest vendor because sometimes you get what you paid for, but you got to look at the value of that vendor and what can they offer your organization. The other question that I have is, what type of marketing plan would you put together for your organization?
In terms of bringing it to market,
Yeah, what
Itself.
what type of marketing plan would you put together for your organization?
that's what I was thinking from our marketing class that we did take, our marketing in terms of bringing it to market, correct? One, I think the best thing for us would be definitely making that more, doing flyers and ads. I mean, we're starting with the kid, you know, who came out, and he's just coming out here. So promoting our marketing by word of mouth, first of all, referrals, his friends, his family, and focusing on what we started our presentation from in terms of a concentrated growth. We are very small, we do have limited funds, and we want to make sure we're focusing in one market. In terms of the marketing, I forgot the other part of it. Can you tell me on that?
I think the biggest thing for us, using the concentrated growth grant strategy, is going to help us with our market penetration. And the key to that is going to be, since we're a small company coming into a market, we don't have any ties to retail or any brick and mortar stores. It's going to be getting it out there. So really, it's going to be giving shirts away. Hey, can you wear this? Hey, can you wear this? People are going to see it around town. The Rich Foundation. Oh man, I got to check that out. Google it. And then getting the correct penetration on the web. I forget what it was called, but making sure that when they Google the Rich Foundation, it pops up first. So if we got to pay for advertisement on Google, that may be key to us, so that we're right there at the top. But that's going to be our foot in the door.
Okay. So if I put a picture up on the screen, whether it's a male or female high school student, and their pants are hanging below their butt, their boxers are out, and so forth, is that your target audience?
No,
I'm going to say no.
I'm not gonna say no, as a
I'm
business
not
partner,
gonna
no.
say, it's not our target, but they might be within our demographic.
Okay. It's pulling those people that are in your demographics, and I know it's attention to detail, because if somebody can look up on the screen and go, that's me, that's totally me, that's how you win this game here, is you have to put up on that screen people in your community, people that you would see wearing the shirt, people that would want to wear your shirt. And that's where the R&D also comes into play and so forth. So that's all the questions that I had. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Done.